Shalom,
I just want to say Esau the devil. That's just gotta say it. Esau the devil. Apologies, we had some technical difficulties. Literally, it was like a power surge. The lights flickered, everything cut off for like literally a millisecond and cut back on, which caused us to have to reset and yeah. But hey, we back. All praises to the Lord. All right, where was we at? Where was we at?
Sirach chapter 39.
Well, hold on. I'm gonna wait for a second and let everybody get back in.
Okay.
Yeah, literally the lights, the power went out.
And we got beautiful weather outside.
We do, and Oklahoma, we kind of known for jacked up weather that be causing electrical issues and stuff like that. Like we was just without power for a whole week and a half. Some people was without power for a month. But it's nice outside. Feel good. Ain't no wind. Ain't no ice.
Sunny.
It just the lights flicker. Esau the devil. I just want to say that Esau is the damn devil. All right, so let's get back into it. Where was we at? Sirach 37, read verse 6 again. Because what I was saying was, wait. The Lord will bless you with the understanding and time. But these are the attributes, the prerequisites to obtaining that understanding. Read that.
Sirach chapter 39, verse 6. When the great Lord will, he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding.
It seems like our mics are low. Okay, you cut it up just a little bit. Read that.
When the great Lord will, he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding.
God will fill you with the spirit of understanding when he wills. You just got to make sure that you are applying the scriptures, that you are seeking out great wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because it's one thing to be able to paraclete scriptures. It's one thing. Matter of fact, hold that. Give me that one with small understanding, but apply the scriptures. One with small understanding, but apply the scriptures. It's one. A lot of people coming into this truth, especially a lot of y'all that's new in this truth, y'all think parakeeting is understanding. Y'all think that means that you are endowed with all wisdom and understanding because you're able to parakeet scriptures. You're able to memorize scriptures. That's not understanding. That just shows that you have a good memory and that you can parakeet and that you can quote everything that you've brought in. But understanding comes when all that, because that's what we're reading in Psalms 37. I mean, not Psalms 37, Sirach 37. That brother or sister, all the wisdom and understanding that they searched for, all the wisdom and understanding that they brought in, they've applied it. That's why in the verse above it says he would resort early to the Lord that made him and make supplication for his sins. Why? Because they have the understanding that I have to apply this. Understanding leaves you whenever you don't apply. Read that.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 19, verse 24.
Yeah, let everybody get there. This is Sirach, chapter 19, verse 24. Come on.
He that has small understanding.
It says, he that have small understanding. Meaning you might not know the deep breakdown of the 12 feathers. Or you might not can break down all the books of Daniel. Daniel 11 and break down Ezekiel and all. You might not have the understanding. You have small understanding. All you know is Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. All you know is that you have to apply God's commandments because all of us have that understanding. Understand that. We understand you got to keep God's commandments. That might be where your understanding is, but you're searching, you're seeking, you're applying what you are learning. As you learn, you apply. Read. It says, he that have small understanding, come on.
And feareth God.
And feareth God. Because that's where the understanding comes in. You understand, I got to fear the Lord. That's that brother or sister in Sirach 37 that resorts to the Lord early and makes supplication for their sins. It says, small understanding and fear of God, read.
Is better than
what?
one. Is better.
Is better, read.
Than one that have much wisdom.
That have much wisdom. You have, notice it didn't say much understanding. It says that have much wisdom, meaning you can parakeet the Bible. You've memorized all the deep breakdown. You went and memorized the whole Revelation series that Bishop brought out, and now you're able to regurgitate or parakeet everything that you've memorized. It says the one with small understanding and fear of God is better Then the one with great wisdom, read.
And transgress the law of the Most High.
And transgress the law of the Most High. Why? Because they ain't got the understanding. The understanding ain't there. Because if it was, they would understand all these things that I've learned, I have to apply. So don't be amazed by somebody that can parakeet all the scriptures. What you should be amazed by is this person that's been in the truth 8, 9, 10, 20 years, and they're still applying God's commandments. They apply God's commandments. Those are the ones with the understanding. Those are the ones with the wisdom, because they're applying what they learn. That's how you're supposed to move, and that's going to show who you follow. That's going to show whether you follow man or you follow God, because you going to apply what you read, what you're learning. Go back, Sirach 37, verse 6 again.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 39, verse 6.
I keep saying 37, 39, yeah.
When the great Lord will, he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding.
Come on.
He shall pour out wise sentences.
And guess what? When God fills you with that understanding, because you've been reading and you've been searching the dark parables, and you yourself, yeah, you know, but you might not be the one that's just all out and I just got to parakeet and let everybody see all the scriptures that I've memorized. But you have understanding. Guess what? When it's your time, you're going to begin to pour out wise sentences. You're going to hear that person's speech and know, okay, yeah, that's a leader right there. That brother follow God. He fears God. He believes. She believes. It's going to be evident who you follow. Come on.
And give thanks unto the Lord in his prayer.
And he's going to always give thanks unto the Lord in his prayer. Come on.
This book of Sirach, chapter 39, verse 7. He shall direct his counsel and knowledge.
And guess what? That ain't going to be the brother or sister to give you some off-the-wall ass counsel. Excuse my language. Some off-the-wall counsel. He's going to direct his counsel and knowledge. Is directed how? In wisdom, in the knowledge of God. Everything that he's learned, everything that he's attained, all the experience he's got from traveling, all the experience he's got from being around the senior men, wherever he's at, because he sat in on the councils, because he wanted to be around. I just want to be able to fly on the wall. I just want to see so I can learn. And when it comes my time, I have the understanding. And that goes for all you men that's over these different camps. Bishop said it many times on the classes. Let these men under you, the number 2, the number 3, be in the councils, be around, so that they can learn to grow. So when it's their time, they're able to direct the councils and knowledge. They're able to direct. They're able to understand how to deal with matters. Those that apply the scriptures, those that fit the scriptures. Come on.
And in his secrets shall he meditate.
And in whose secrets? In God's secrets shall he meditate. Come on.
He shall show forth that which he have learned.
You're going to do what?
He shall show forth that which he have learned.
You're going to show forth that which he have learned. But this is in time. It takes time to learn. Think about it. We understand that in the world. We understand that in the world, you got to go to elementary school for what, 4 or 5 years? Well, for me, it was kindergarten through 5th. You go to elementary school. Then you go to middle school from 6th through 8th or 5th through 8th, you go to middle school. Then you go to high school. Another 4 years. So now you've been in school learning for 12 years. Then you got to go to college because you're striving to want to be a doctor or someone of renown with wisdom and understanding that can go and teach. Guess what? You got to go through school. We understand that in the world. You go through college, then you go get your master's. You go through 20 years of school before you actually become that person that's teaching, that's going forth and directing people and guiding people. We understand that in the world with Esau's knowledge and Esau's understanding. But for some reason, when we come into this truth, and we think, I'm supposed to be the teacher now. I got the wisdom and understanding now. I'm supposed to be the one on the forefront teaching. No, Negro, it takes time to learn. So sit your behind down in the class and learn. And in due season and in your time, guess what? The Lord will exalt you. The Lord will put you on that forefront to where you can go out and teach your people and show the wisdom that you have learned. Read on.
He shall show forth that which he have learned.
Come on.
And shall glory in the law of the covenant of the Lord.
And he's going to glory in the law of the covenant of the Lord. Because it ain't everything that he's doing ain't for his own vain glory. Because that's what many of you want wisdom and understanding just so you can be vainglorious and show everybody look how much I know. No, that type of mind frame, that shows who you follow. Satan. You follow the flesh. Because a man that follows God, everything you're doing is for the glorification of God. Read on. Your glory is going to be in the law of God. Read. The covenant of the Lord.
Many shall commend his understanding.
And guess what? You ain't got to be the one going around talking about, I'm a prophet. I got all understanding. You ain't know that? I got all wisdom. I know it all. No, other people are going to commend your understanding. Other men are going to commend. You don't see the bishop going around talking about, I got all wisdom and understanding. He don't have to. Because why the scriptures say many shall commend his understanding. Other people's going to see the wisdom that you have, see the understanding that's coming out of your mouth. They're going to see who you follow, and they're going to commend you. That's what God says. That's how God has it set up. Come on. That's what I'm saying. You gotta be weary of a brother walking around. If you got to say, because if you got to say you're a prophet, if you got to go around declaring that you're a prophet, 9 times out of 10, you probably ain't a prophet. If you constantly got to remind people that you have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, 9 times out of 10, you probably don't have the wisdom and knowledge and understanding. Because your wisdom and knowledge and understanding is going to show. People are going to be able to see and hear your wisdom and understanding. And you ain't going to have to say it. It's going to be evident. Come on.
Many shall commend his understanding, and so long as the world endureth, it shall not be blotted out.
It shall not be blotted out. Come on.
His memorial shall not depart away.
It says his memorial shall not depart away. Come on.
And his name shall live from generation to generation.
And guess what? From generation to generation to generation, your name is still going to be there. That wise man's name is still going to be there. We still reading about Isaiah today. You can read the book of Isaiah. You can read the book of Ezekiel, Daniel. These were men that fit this. And that's who we got to pattern ourselves after. If we follow God. If we follow God. That's why, who do you follow? Because you should be patterning yourself after your forefathers. Even the leaders on here today, you see, moving in that same spirit with the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of our forefathers. Come on, read on.
Nations shall show forth his wisdom, and the congregation shall declare his praise.
So now, go back to Sirach. I read all that to read that. Go back to Sirach, chapter 1, read verse 8 again.
Sirach, chapter 1, verse 8. There is one wise and greatly to be feared, the Lord sitting upon his throne. He created her and saw her and numbered her and poured her out upon all his works.
And poured her out upon all his works. Come on.
She is with all flesh according to his gift.
That's what we just read in Ecclesiasticus 39. When the Lord will, he will fill you with the spirit of understanding. He gives it according to his gift. Come on.
And he have given her to them that love him.
And he gives wisdom to them that love him. Come on.
The fear of the Lord is honor and glory and gladness and the crown of rejoicing.
Do y'all see that? The fear of God is honor, crown, rejoicing, a crown of rejoicing, gladness, glory. Because I know a lot of y'all coming to this truth and you get flack from your parents. So why are you following that Bible? It ain't that serious. You ain't got to do all that. I know a lot of y'all hear it. I used to hear it. So you mean to tell me you supposed to do all that? God, no, that ain't God. No. The fear of God is rejoicing. You're supposed to be glad in that thing. You're supposed to rejoice in the fact that God gave you his knowledge. Now I got to fear him. So yes, God does want me to do that. Yes, it is very serious for you not to wear fringes. Right. Yes, it is very serious for you to not wear pants and to put on a dress, sister. Right. It's very serious. So I'm going to rejoice in that thing. Why? Because I fear God. Read on.
The fear of the Lord maketh a merry heart, and giveth joy and gladness and a long life.
You hear that? It says the fear of the Lord maketh a merry heart. You're supposed to be happy. You're supposed to be glad to keep God's commandments. Watch this. Hold that. Give me for 1 John real quick. 1 John 3 and verse 2. Real quick. Watch this. Because this is what happens when, for many people that come into this truth and you've been here 2, 3, 4, 5, umpteen years, basically time. You got years under your belt, and you start to hit that plateau, that hump, as we call it, and the commandments begin to come grievous. Read that.
1 John chapter.
You know what I want?
You said grievous?
Mm-hmm. No. Yeah, read that.
It's the book of 1 John chapter 5, verse 3.
No. Yeah.
For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments.
So we read this earlier. This is the love of God, but there's another point I want to touch. Read.
And his commandments are not grievous.
That's what we have to make sure in this walk. We don't get to that his commandments become grievous. That's what we're reading in Sirach. It says, the fear of the Lord maketh a merry heart. That's what the commandments are supposed to do. That's what fearing God is supposed to keep you on that straight and narrow. You're supposed to be joyous, glad for the fear of God, keeping God's commandments. But what happens? The commandments become grievous. That joy that you once had, that fervent fire that you once had begins to dwindle. Why? Because you become comfortable. You get complacent. And guess what? You become numb to certain things, being in this truth so long. You got to shake that. You got to shake it up. Because remember, at the end of the day, who do you follow? You follow God. So you gotta somehow find that zeal, shake the dust off, and get back to that merry, joyful heart that the commandments don't become grievous. Because many people that you see that's walked up out of here, left up out of here, the commandments became grievous. The commandments became a burden. You should never look at the commandments as a burden, because it's not. This is how I'm going to get my salvation. The nations is the ones that put false burdens upon us. Burdens, all that nonsense. This should that's how they don't become grievous. Don't look at this. This ain't no burden. You should be happy to keep God's commandments. It's a joyous thing to come together and keep the Sabbath day. You mean to tell me I ain't got to buy, sell, nothing on the Sabbath? Right. I ain't got to. You mean to tell me I don't got to spend money on the Sabbath? You dang it. The water Yahweh. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Shoot, it's a joyous thing. You're supposed to be happy about God's commandments. Go back to Sirach.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 1, verse 12. The fear of the Lord maketh a merry heart.
The fear of God should make a merry heart if you follow God. Come on.
And give joy and gladness and a long life.
And it's going to give you joy and gladness and a long life. Come on.
Whoso feareth the Lord, it shall go well with him.
And guess what? If you fear God, it's going to go well with you at the last. You're going to get that crown of salvation. Come on.
And he shall find favor in the day of his death. To fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Come on.
And it was created with the faithful in the womb.
It was created with the faithful in the womb. Come on.
She hath built an everlasting foundation with men, and she shall continue with her seed.
Read.
To fear the Lord is fullness of wisdom.
You hear that? That's fullness of wisdom. To fear God. Come on.
And filleth men with her fruits.
And her fruits is what we read in Sirach 39. All the wisdom, the deep parables, the understanding, the going forth and showing forth what you've learned. Come on.
She filleth all their house with things desirable, and the gardeners with her increase. The fear of the Lord is a crown of wisdom, making peace and perfect health to flourish.
Making peace and perfect health to flourish. Come on.
Both which are the gifts of God, and it enlargeth their rejoicing that love him.
Read.
Wisdom raineth down skill.
So now it's going to go into some more characteristics of wisdom. Wisdom will rain down skill. That's that same skill we read about in Sirach 39. That skill to be able to maneuver, to apply, to counsel, to bring out the understanding. Wisdom will rain down skill. Come on.
And knowledge of understanding. And exalteth them to honor that hold her fast.
And exalts them to honor that hold her fast. Come on.
The root of wisdom is to fear the Lord.
That is the root of wisdom. It said it earlier. The root of wisdom is to fear God. Come on.
And the branches thereof are long life. The fear of the Lord driveth away sins.
That's what drives away your sins. The fear of God. Because you know, if I continue to be a homosexual, God is going to kill me. If I continue to be a whoremonger, God is going to kill me. If I continue to smoke weed, God is going to kill me in magnificent fashion. If I continue to smoke crack, God is going to kill me. If I continue to have hatred for my brother, God is going to kill me. If I continue with these, any manner of lust or sin that you have, God's going to kill you. That's why the fear of the Lord drives away sins. And you're supposed to drive away that sin. So now when that demon come a knocking, you won't answer the door. You treat him like a bill collector. You ignore his behind and send her, you ducking and dodging it. That's what the fear of the Lord will do. It will drive away sins. Come on.
And where it is present, it turneth away wrath. A furious man cannot be justified.
It says a furious man cannot be justified. Come on.
For the sway of his fury shall be his destruction.
And that's what it says. It says the fear of the Lord driveth away sins, and where it is present, it turneth away wrath. That's where that wisdom rains down skill. Now you know how to deal with your brother. It turns away wrath because you're going to apply the scriptures. You hear certain things. We brought this out last night. You hear certain things, you're going to go to that person. Right. You're going to come to that person and be like, hey, man, I'm hearing this, I'm hearing that, what's going on? And it might make you angry, but you're going to deal rightfully. But a furious man, it says a furious man cannot be justified. Read on.
For the sway of his fury shall be his destruction.
Because now he's being guided by his emotions. He's letting fury cloud and alter his judgment. Read.
A patient man will bear for a time, and afterward joy shall spring up unto him.
Read.
He will hide his words for a time, and the lips of many shall declare his wisdom.
It says the lips of many shall declare his wisdom. Come on.
The parables of knowledge are in the treasures of wisdom, but godliness is an abomination of a sinner.
Read it again. You're all right.
The parables of knowledge are in the treasures of wisdom, but godliness is an abomination to a sinner.
Godliness is an abomination to a sinner. Understand that. If you can't get right, that's because godliness is an abomination to you. How you look at godliness is how we look at sinners. How we look at homosexuals, how we look at sisters wearing pants, how we look at that filthy swine, how we look at those that hate their brothers. You are abominable. So understand, make sure that ain't you. And if that is you, you need to fix it. Because there should never be a point to where applying God's commandments is an issue or a problem with you. That means something ain't right, and you need to check yourself and fix it. Now, watch this. Let's go to Proverbs 15. It says, godliness is an abomination to a sinner. Give me Proverbs 15. And you wonder why your wicked worldly, your circle ain't getting right. Now, that's not to say that they can't get right, but the scriptures is what the scriptures say. Godliness is an abomination to a sinner. Give me that. Proverbs 15, start at verse 28.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 15, verse 28. The heart of the righteous studieth to answer. You hear what
this is another way that you gain the wisdom and understanding. Like I said before, the Bible is redundant. It repeats itself over and over. He showed forth what he learned. The heart of the righteous study to answer. Read on.
But the mouth of the wicked poureth out evil things.
The mouth of the wicked poureth out evil things. That's why you gonna know by a person's speech and talk who they follow, what they believe. Just give it time. They gonna show themselves. They gonna make themselves known. Come on.
The Lord is far from the wicked, but he heareth the prayer of the righteous.
The Lord is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayers of the righteous. Good and evil has always been set against each other. It's just up to us for us to choose who we're going to follow. We're going to follow good, we're going to follow evil. We're going to choose life, or we're going to choose death. Give me John chapter 4, verse 22. Watch this. Hold it. Give me 1 Peter 3 and 5. I wrote it down. Let's touch on that, the heart of the righteous study to answer. Study to answer. Give me 1 Peter 3 and 5.
It's the book of 1 Peter. Is that what you want?
1 Peter chapter 3, verse 5.
It's the book of 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 5. For after this manner in the old time, the holy women also who trusted in God.
No, that's not what I wanted. Never mind, drop it. Go to John 4. John 4. You know how sometimes you write stuff down?
Yes, sir.
I probably put the wrong scripture.
It's the book of John.
John chapter 4.
Chapter 4, verse 22.
Come on.
Ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews.
And that we know what we worship, and all of us should know what we worship, because salvation is of the Jews. Salvation comes through Judah, through Christ, through the understanding. Come on.
But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth.
So that's how we got to follow him, in spirit and in truth. For some of y'all might be new, let's hold that. Give me truth, and then give me the spirit in John 14. What is he saying? God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. Give me that. Psalms 119, verse 142.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
It says, thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. Now, give me that where it says, through Christ is truth and faith. You know what I'm talking about?
No, sir.
Hold on, let me find it real quick. Who knows what I'm talking about? Yeah, John 17, that's what it is. Is that it? John 17 and what? Verse 17, read that.
It's the book of John, chapter 17, verse 17. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is true.
It says, sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is true. That ain't what I was looking for. It says, through Christ. Hold on, let me find it real quick. So go back to John. Read that verse again, John 4.
It's the book of John, chapter 4, verse 22. Ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews.
For salvation is of the Jews. Read on.
But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth.
It says in spirit and in truth. Is that it, John 20, 31? You sure? No, I had to find it. But we worship, it says the true word, read that verse again, through spirit and through truth.
But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth.
It says in spirit and in truth. Through Christ and the commandments. That's the spirit and the truth. Understand that. Christ has stepped on the scene. That's why he said the true worshiper of God shall worship him through spirit and in truth. We still got to keep the commandments of God in the faith of Christ. Even though Christianity like to explain and tell you that, oh, it's okay. All you need is a spirit. All you got to do is believe on Christ. No, you need the commandments as well. Now, give me Ephesians 5 and 11. Watch this. Ephesians 5 and 11.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 11. And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness.
That's how we got to walk. If you follow God, the scriptures tell you, have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness. We know who we worship, and we follow the one true living God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The scriptures say, have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness. Like I said before, earlier in the class, if you find your circle nothing but ungodly knuckles, you need to check it and examine yourself. Read on.
But rather reprove them.
Because if you're going to be around them, reprove them. Because I tell you a story like myself, for example. My father's side of the family, I had to cut them off. Because not that they was causing me to sin or nothing like that. They ain't trying to hear it. And anytime I talk to them, anytime I come around them, there's all it is debate and battle. It's not that I cut them off. It's just I don't deal with them like that. My pops try to call me all the time, but all he want to do is battle and debate, because he used to be a pastor. He used to be a so-called pastor. I brought him many stories of my wicked father. He used to be a pastor, stole his deacon's wife. And anytime he called me, he only want to call around the wicked holidays. Don't call my phone on no dang Christmas, on my so-called birthday. Don't call me. But on my parents' side, they understood. I reproved them on my mother's side. I reprove. When I'm around them, I reprove them. Ain't gonna be no you calling me come around. If I'm talking to you, you getting reproved. And once you, because like my mom's side, they have the understanding that, okay, yeah, he keep the commandments, so I'm not gonna try to go around it. I'm not gonna try to bend. Okay, that's what he believes. All right, cool. And that's where you want to get with your wicked family members. Because yes, they are wicked. I know some of y'all, oh no, my grandmama, she ain't wicked. She just old in age. My grandmama the damn devil the Bible speaks of. I'll tell you straight. Right. I went to her house, gave her the commandments. She sit there to me dead in my face, said, yeah, baby. And she was sitting in the dress at this time. Yeah, you're right. That Bible do say that, and I believe it 100%. You know, back in my day, we didn't used to wear pants. But I'm still going to put these pants on. I worked hard for these pants. Because she came up during that time. I worked hard for these pants. I struggled for these pants. Then she got up, went in her room, and got dressed for Sunday church service. And you know what she came out in? A pair of pants. I said, Grandma, you the devil. My grandma was wicked as hell. I don't care how nice and sweet you might think she the damn devil. But that's how you got to move with your family. If you're going to be around them, reprove them. Now, I ain't saying you straight camp mode, blast the hell out of them. Blah, you the damn devil, you wicked as hell, you the damn devil. Now, my father, that's how I'm rolling with him, because he's the damn devil. You just got to, it's discernment. All of them might not be straight blast mode, but you need to reprove them. If you're going to be around them, you should be directing your thoughts so they see your example. So they see how you move and how you speak. You ain't, you're not going, I'm not bending like that. That's how it was for my mother's side. My mama will come in. The scriptures say, honor thy father and thy mother. Yeah, my mama's a heathen. The scriptures still say, honor thy father and thy mother. The scriptures don't say, honor thy father and thy mother, except it be a heathen. No, the scriptures say, honor thy father and thy mother. So my mama will come in and be like, all right. It'd be like a Tuesday. Hey, can you run to the store and get these groceries for me? Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, cool, no problem. I was staying there, no problem. When I first came in the truth, no problem. But let it be the Sabbath. Here it is. She come knocking on the door Friday night. Hey, can you run to Arby's and give me something to eat? Nah, I can't do that. It's a Sabbath. Nah, I'm not doing that. It's a Sabbath. I don't care how mad you get. I don't care. I'm not bending or breaking. And guess what? That you not trimming your ways, you reproving them in that time. Guess what? They either they're going to turn full-fledged demon on your behind, and that's going to let you know how to deal with them, or they're going to understand, all right, okay, cool, yeah, I can't, he's not bending, he ain't breaking, so I ain't even going to bring that foolishness up. I ain't going to speak. Like, they don't bring up Christmas. They don't, like my mom's side of the family, they understand, and that's crazy. The heathens understand, but my dang wicked-ass Jake, Judah, still don't compute. But you'll get to that point. You just got to make sure that you stand firm. You understand who you follow, and you don't trim your ways. Read that verse again.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 11.
Come on.
And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness.
Come on.
But rather reprove
them. Come on.
For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret.
Because it's a shame to speak of them things that's done of them in secret. You know what they doing in secret. Why? Because you used to be that same Negro doing that same unspeakable evil. It's a shame, that shameful evil. We all used to be there. So don't act brand new like you don't know. Right. You know what they doing, but you put yourself around there. That just shows who you follow. Watch this. Give me 1 Corinthians 16. We're almost done. 1 Corinthians 16, verse 13.
1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 13. Watch ye, stand fast in the faith.
That's what the scriptures say. Watch ye, be vigilant, be watchful. Remember, the scriptures say, because your adversary, Satan, is like a roaring lion, seeking who he may devour. It says, watch ye. Don't be on sleep mode. Some of y'all be in sleep mode. Some of y'all on autopilot right now. Y'all just going through the routines. Y'all don't know where you're coming or going, but you got fringes on the border blue and every Sabbath. No, be vigilant. Be circumspect. Watch ye. Read.
Stand fast in the faith.
And stand fast in the faith. Stay firm on what you believe. Stand firm on who you follow. You ain't wavering. Somebody come and ask you who you believe, you confident. You ain't wavering, nor are you afraid. Read.
Quit you like men.
Quit you like men. Come on.
Be strong.
Meaning be a man. That's what he's saying. Be a man. Read.
Let all things be done with charity.
Let all things be done with charity. Now, give me 1 Timothy 4 and 11. 1 Timothy 4 and 11.
1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 11. These things command and teach. Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers.
That's how we're supposed to walk. We brought this out last night. That's how you're supposed to move. Be an example of the believers. And that goes back to, that's going to show you who you follow. Right. Understand this. It ain't always your words and your actions. And that's how I look. I'll be damned if here it is, okay, on a Sabbath day, I'm showing up on it. I look like freaking spiritual Hebrew. I'm spiritual Israelite. I'm strong in the Lord on a Sabbath day. Anytime I'm around my brothers, I'm strong in the Lord. But here it is, while I'm at the grocery store, while I'm at work, while I'm driving to go over here, while I'm in between time when it's just me and I'm walking around the store, I'm going over to this place, or I'm taking care of business here, that now I ain't strong Israelites. Now I'm not an example. And it'll be, I'm telling you, it'll be y'all. Many of y'all may know. I know many of y'all here in Oklahoma City, because we got the little neighborhood community and stuff like that. And many of y'all, because this truth has done got to a point to where people know who the Israelites are. They see fringes, they know. But here it is, you decide you want to be that damn demon. You up in Walmart, you see a shawty, and now you're trying to holler at her, and then somebody to see your fringes come up to you, and they see you, and they like, hey, ain't you an Israelite, da-da-da-da? But here it is, you in a manner of wickedness, wicked as hell. That ain't how we supposed to move. That fear should always be in the back of your mind that God is always watching. To hell with man, God is always watching. And you're supposed to be that example to the believers. It ain't just on the Sabbath day. It ain't just whenever you pull up to the Sabbath day with your fringes on. It ain't just when you pull up to Camp 101 or on the feast days. It's 24/7, 365. That's what it is. This is life. This is who you are if you believe, if you follow God. Because you ain't worried about just saving face in front of people. You ain't worried about just saving face. You worried about wherever you at. So that way, when anybody see you anywhere, they see your example, they see your fringes, and they might repent. Because they see you, because people want to see that. That's what people want to see us in our, for lack of better words, natural elements. Okay, cool, they see you on a Sabbath day, but it's a whole different vibe when they see you out at Walmart, or they see you out at the grocery store, they see you at the gas station. It's a whole different feeling for them. They like, damn, okay, this is, so they are people. They are regular people. They are normal people. Okay, dang, he do wear his fringes outside. So it's a lifestyle. Okay, these people is real. It's all different. You just got to make sure that you are that example. Read that verse again.
It's 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 12. Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers.
It says, be thou an example to the believers. Come on.
In word.
In word, meaning what you say, how you talk, what you speak, read.
In conversation.
In your conversation, come on.
In charity.
In charity, read.
In spirit. In faith.
Come on.
In purity. Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. Neglect not the gift that is in thee.
And neglect not the gift that is in thee. Now, drop that. Give me Proverbs 26, verse 1. We're going to end it here. Proverbs, the 26th chapter. Start at verse 1. We might jump down.
Proverbs chapter 26, verse 1. As snow in summer and as rain in harvest, so honor is not seemly for a fool.
Come on.
As the bird by wandering, as the swallow by flying, so the curse costless shall not come.
Come on.
A whip for the horse, a bridle for the ass, and a rod for the fool's back. Answer not a fool according to his folly.
Come on.
Lest thou also be like unto him. Answer a fool according to his folly, lest he be wise in his own conceit.
Come on.
He that sendeth a message by the hand of a fool cutteth off the feet and drinketh damage. The legs of the lame are not equal. So is a parable in the mouth of fools. As he that biteth a stone in a sling, so is he that giveth honor to a fool.
Hey, give me Psalms. I'm sorry, not Proverbs. Psalms 26. Go to verse 11. I wrote it down. It looked like Proverbs and Psalms. I know we sitting here reading, and like, okay. Give me Psalms 26. Just get to the point. I wanted to read 1 through 12, but get verse 11.
Verse 11.
We're going to end it
Psalms chapter 26, verse 11. But as for me, I will walk in mine integrity.
It says, as for me, I will walk in mine integrity. And that's how all of us have to move. We have to walk in our integrity. Be that example of believers. Because it's going to really show who you follow. Come on.
Redeem me and be merciful unto me.
And that's what we pray. Redeem me, Lord, and be merciful unto me. Come on.
My foot standeth in an even place. In the congregations will I bless the Lord.
You hear what he says, my foot standeth in an even place. Meaning you are firm on both of your feet. You firm in what you believe. You ain't wavering. You ain't sliding to the left. You ain't sliding to the right. You're firm. Your feet are standing in an even place. If you follow God, if you follow the one true God, and that's how all of us, our mentality has to be. Walk in our integrity. Read.
My foot standeth in an even place. In the congregations will I bless the Lord.
And in the congregations will I bless the Lord. So we're going to end it there. All praises be to the Most High God. I pray many of y'all got some understanding from this morning's class. Stay tuned. You got the deacons coming on next. All praises to the Most High God. Shalom, y'all. Happy Sabbath. Most High in Christ bless.